I could stick Kerstead over there if I really needed to. And, we're going to look at all of it. You know, it's we got to get a little more production over there, and a little better defense. Or if we're not getting the production, we need to play really, really solid defense.
Has lack of production there surprised you offensively?
Oh yeah. I mean, just look at the numbers. There's not a lot of RBIs there. And, that's a position that needs to produce and be able to make plays, but produce. It just hadn't happened.
Number 3 starter, you still go with Campbell, or?
Yeah, I mean, as of now, he looked really good for almost 4 innings. I mean, stuff was real good. 92 to 95, downhill, good cutter. Just got to be able to work out of a jam every now and then. So I think what it'll be just be a real short leash.
You said it would be probably at least Sunday before Carter can pitch. Is that like a training, like the trainers make that call? Like he's got to be out?
Yeah, the doctors. I think it's protocol a certain amount of days from the time you're diagnosed or showed symptoms, something along that line, and I think that's about what it is.
And you're saying he's trying to keep his weight up?
Yeah, I mean he's been
protein shakes.
Oh yeah, he's been trying to eat, and, because he lost some weight at first, but he's starting to get back, and just needs to be strong when he's ready to go.
Is he able to do any baseball stuff?
Well, his baseball stuff's pretty much on his own, and that's just keeping the arm in shape, so playing catch and that type of stuff. As far as throwing in a scrimmage game or live hitters or with coaches standing around giving him instruction, he's on his own right now.
Sir Carson tried to talk his way into the lineup by Saturday or maybe even Friday. How do you think he responded to swinging the live pitch yesterday?
I thought he did a great job. Thursday in VP is really hurting him. We hit down in Baton Rouge, and then Friday he hit a round or two and then kind of pulled himself out. And Saturday it was a lot better, and he even said, hey, if you need me off the bench for a pinch hit or something. There were a couple of times we were looking at him, but it wasn't the right situation. And then obviously he was good to go Sunday, and BP was really good. He didn't grimace during BP like he was in pain, and felt good about him being in the lineup.
You mentioned the pitching staff for A&M. What other challenges do they present?
Well, it's a good mix. A hard-throwing righty, really crafty lefty. Bullpen has some really good arms. Lefty that's more of a crafty guy. A guy they didn't think they'd get back. I think he was drafted and decided to come back for his senior year. And then a right-hander that's kind of a side armor that throws hard, kind of a converted guy and to that arm slot. And then Kolick throws on Sunday, and he threw Friday for him last year. So, they know what they're going to do every weekend, and they pretty much stuck with it. And they're like all of us. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. They're a couple games behind us, but they're right in the mix with everybody else. So every game's important.
Are you okay with not getting 7 or 8 inning starts? That's more pitches for Knight and Murphy down the road, or how do you feel about
Thought about that a lot. I pulled Knight out an inning or two probably earlier than normal, and probably the first thing I say to him, or first thing I say is, hey, good job, we're going to go to the pen. And he's like, I got more in here, and I would say, we're going to need it down the road. That's what I always tell him, and I do feel that.
Do you like the fact that he never wants to come out?
Oh, yeah. I think every coach likes the fact that pitchers want to stay out there. But, sometimes you got to save some, or, we see something, or you just got to make a move.
What do you feel like you guys got to do to make sure you get a regional at home?
I don't know. Just keep playing. Just win. It's like anybody else. Just, try to win as many games as you can down the stretch. Played a really tough schedule. Strength of schedule is like 5th in the country. Still got A&M here who's ranked, and then obviously we go on the road to a top 10 team or RPI-wise at Georgia. So that's not going anywhere, but maybe to 3 or 2 or whatever. And if we win enough games, because everybody we play the rest of the year is going to be a very good team. The next 6, and then you get into a tournament, I don't know who we're going to face. They're going to be a ranked team for the most part, and if we win our share, we deserve it. They'll give us a regional.
At first base, is it safe to say you're going to make a change, or you're contemplating a change?
It's pretty safe to say that I'm going to make a change.
How much do you hope that motivates those two guys to pick it up
Well, they can
offensively?
come off the bench and maybe get a hit, or I can match them up against somebody. But you know, it's just time. You know, if it was just, it's turned into a defensive position for me. You know, so if we decide to go back to an offensive position, then maybe somebody else goes there and we put Bonnie in the outfield, and then we can DH Lee. I mean, there's some options, but you know, it's not like there's panic, but it's frustration more than anything, because you know, this is a position that you know, that in most cases is got to be a position where guys produce.
You look at the West, how jumbled up it is right now. I mean, we've talked about it before during this season, but
Yeah.
with 2 weeks left.
I mean, it does surprise me at all where it's at. I mean, I look at where we are, and you know, 1 minute you're frustrated, you feel like you should win a couple more games, and then you take a step back and say, I'm probably lucky to be there. Ole Miss is as good as anybody in the country, and they almost got swept at South Carolina, had to win in extra innings, and they're a game back. And then LSU, slow start, you know, kicked it into gear, play extremely well at home. You know, looking at who everybody else plays, they all just play each other. You know, it's just going to probably go down to probably that last 2 games of the regular season before we're going to figure it out, and that's what I've thought all along.
If Cronin is medically cleared Sunday, but he hadn't really thrown in a couple weeks, I mean, are you hesitant to use him when he maybe isn't?
Well, if he's our best option, I'll use him. You know, if the other guys have already thrown, and they probably will by then. I mean, and he's the best guy. I mean, he's thrown. He's playing. He's keeping his arm in shape. He's just had thrown in a live game against live hitters. So, but he knows how to do that.